Okay, let's go.
What's up?
Happy to be here and do my first podcast.
Okay, Kyle, bring the mic closer to you. Sorry, buddy. I gotta call you out. Can you twist the mic up a little bit? Kyle's never actually done this before. Make sure that stays green, yeah. So this is Kyle's very first podcast. Looks like you're a little nervous.
A little nervous.
Why?
Never done it before.
Dude, it's awesome because you don't even have to. We don't even know if this is gonna air or this version of anything. Because literally, I was having a sound problem. We're trying to figure this out, and you are like, you know, I get this a lot of years. People get nervous. It's just how it is. But anyway, so what's up?
Not much. Just finished work. Excited to do this, actually.
That's awesome, dude. It took me a long time to get you on here, actually.
Yeah.
I actually literally have to drag you here, and it's like, oh man, it's like pulling teeth. But oh man, I swear to God, like I can't wait till this airs to see it because Kyle is one of the guys I've always wanted to get on because he's a brand new entrepreneur from 2024. From what month?
First, actually, it's been probably 11 months now. Almost a full year in business, and every day it's a learning experience. But
It's pretty crazy, eh?
just got to put one foot in front of the other.
How
and keep
stressed
going.
are you?
It's stressful.
It's really stressful.
And that's what you learn. You got to learn along the way how to deal with that and just keep going and believe in yourself.
You know what? And you do what I did. Like me and Kyle have lots of good conversations where we bounce off ideas and different things. And the stress levels that we have are because of the problems with the fear of the unknown, right?
You don't
Like
know.
you came here last night. We talked about literally about you had a what do you call it? Inspection. Yeah. So he was worried. You're worried about that. And I said to you, I just know your quality of work and what you do. And maybe explain a little bit what you do, actually, I should say that.
So I'm a licensed G2 gas fitter. My brother's a plumber. We do it together.
Yeah.
I also have experience in HVAC.
Yep.
So there's a variety of things. We've done construction. We
HVAC sounds like a vacuum cleaner to me.
heating and cooling. Yeah. Heating,
I don't know.
ventilation, air conditioning.
I just think vacuum cleaner, dude.
You know
HVAC.
what? You know what? When I started that,
Hit the Hoover, buddy. The Hoover.
That's it. Exactly. But no, it's good. HVAC's a very involved trade.
Yeah.
You do heating, you do gas.
How long did you go to school?
So my apprenticeship was 4,500 hours, and
Yeah.
then I did 2 years at Mohawk College
Not sure what that
for
is.
my refrigeration in Hamilton.
Okay.
And then I did a full year night school at.
This is for gas fitting,
This is for gas fitting, yeah.
and you're licensed.
Licensed and everything, and yeah.
And Kyle is a native boy from Kingsville, born and raised.
Peely Island, actually. But
What?
Yeah, I grew up
No,
in
get off the
Kingsville.
show. You're not allowed. Not happening. Nobody
gotta
from
love
Peely.
the
I'm kidding.
Islanders.
I love the island. I do. They say though, when you get on the island, you get trapped on the island. Though
Yeah, it's hard to.
I've never actually. You know what? For my own, like, I've always wanted to go there, but I don't want to get like because I know their demand is high there for people because people don't want to travel.
No.
And when you're stuck there, it's not worth going for like 6 hours because of the boats. The
Well,
times.
that's it. And say you're doing work over there, like my brother and I did a house. If you forget one simple thing,
Oh
you're
yeah,
screwed.
I never even thought of that.
You need the material wise, you got to go over everything. You forget one thing, what are you going to do?
Wow, yeah, you're knocking on neighbors' doors.
Well, that's it. And it's like,
Literally,
good luck
like
finding someone.
like you're trying to make phone calls, and I don't know anybody on the island. I used to have one person that had a cottage there, but they sold it. But I love it there, actually. I really do.
You know what? To go there, relax, and you got a place over there. It's good time. But 2-3 nights, and I'm like, I got to get off this place.
I know.
It's just, there's nothing. There's no gym. There's no. Yeah,
And you're a big gym guy. Your routine, right?
yeah, you get out of your routine, and it's just like it's
I
a
know.
different lifestyle.
I know it's. You know what? It's meant to be that way though. They could have grown that. They could have had restaurants and stuff on there, but they choose not to.
Yeah.
Because it's a relaxed lifestyle that they live there, and yeah, I'm shocked that people come from around the world to the island because we're local, so we look at it as like that, like it's just a chilled place to be.
Yeah,
For a couple days, like you just said, and then there's nothing else.
that's it. You're there.
But you're
It's-
young too, so
Yeah.
I mean,
You go over there, and it's just. I mean, if you're doing work over there, it's fine. There's always work. It's high demand for work.
Okay, I agree, but it's got to be. Is there any internet on that island?
Yeah, there's the internet, but it's not the best reception.
I was gonna say, you know, I'm not even trying to be funny, but That's actually like I know there's a big wire that goes from here underneath Lake Erie.
Yeah.
They got it drug and it's been hit by what do you call it? These big ships that come through the car. The what do you call it? They carry big. What do you call it?
Cargo?
Yeah, cargo ships. That's what I'm trying to talk. And they
Freighters,
actually hit that wire a couple times.
Come on.
I'm not kidding. I've heard. I read it in the news. Okay, so I know that's a real deal. So I'm just wondering, like the internet. I wonder if they ran that the same way. But so it's spotty.
Yeah. Oh, it's anywhere you go on the island. It's just
Really, eh?
Yeah. It's a different lifestyle. You gotta. I got my aunt lives there year round, and
Oh, I
she
didn't know
loves
that.
it. She's just she does her thing. Wakes up. Her husband was a farmer, but he passed away. But she just whatever. She does what she has to do to stay busy. And
How are the people?
oh, great people. I mean, great
Easy
people.
going, easy going.
Easy going. It's just that
It's just more of the fact that you just want. It's not. You can't go anywhere.
no, and it's just
You're stuck.
You're secluded, right? There's only so much you can do over there, and especially like growing up there, right? Like your social skills, everything. It's just you're not around people to, you know what I mean?
Oh, I
Like,
agree
there's
100%,
only 10
yeah.
people in the school, or maybe 30.
You know what I can compare that to? When I go on vacation on these 7-day exclusive trips, I am ready to go home after 3 days, and that's because it's the same thing. All you do is you drink, you have fun, blah blah, and that gets old real fast for me.
You're right, 3 days, and it's.
And I'm not saying that's what you do over there, but at the same time, like I miss family, whatnot. But for work, I get that. So
Yeah.
how hard is it to find a place to stay when you go over there to work?
Well, I'm from there originally, so I have family.
What do you
over
mean
there.
you're from there? Like I don't get it.
Like
You lived there?
I lived there till
you
I was,
didn't.
I think, grade 1 or 2. Yeah, and then my parents took us off.
You never
there,
told
but-
me that.
But my parents, they owned a restaurant over there, actually,
What restaurant?
the Peely Passage.
Dude,
So-
why don't you tell me this stuff? I've known you for a long time. You don't tell me nothing.
I thought I have told you.
Really?
Yeah, so my parents, like my grandparents, they originated from there, like the McCormicks. And actually my
So
mom's
you're a native islander.
Oh,
do,
yeah.
Do you hold a card to get free taxes?
yeah. Be nice. But no, so my mom's dad, Tom McCormick, my grandpa,
Yeah.
they own the most southern point in Canada, like from Peely. Like they're the most
So
southern
they have the
point.
claim to fame.
Oh yeah, they got offered a bunch of money, but it just runs in the family, right?
I didn't know.
So,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So your aunt still lives there then?
my aunt still lives there. Who my grandparents? Well, they passed away, but there's still a cottage there,
Yeah.
which my aunt takes care of. But yeah, we got. So for us, it's not hard. But if you're not from there, like originally,
Yeah.
like to find a place and to rent a cottage, especially this time of the year,
It's hard.
It'd be a struggle.
I know. I had a buddy that lived there, and that's the only reason I even got to stay there is because, I mean, I see they have Airbnbs and stuff like that, but it's a high demand.
It is, and it's like especially in the summer too. Like that's when it's the most busiest, right? And you're trying to find a place to
Well,
stay.
the docks are busy, right? So you
Well,
know that.
yeah, exactly. Like
And the boat's always full.
always.
Like I hear they're having problems with as far as like trying to get equipment over and stuff like that. It's a nightmare. It's like, but that new boat, like I don't know why they would have got rid of it. I mean, they got the backup, the little guy, the Peely Islander,
Yeah.
which runs better than both of them put together.
Oh yeah, it's the OG of the boat.
But anyway, going back, I want to go back to a little bit what you do. So you're a gas fitter, and like I said, he's local, Kingsville. You have a twin brother that's into plumbing,
Yeah.
Heath, which I know well. Great guy, good friend. So you guys work together.
We worked together, yeah. So Heath started it probably like he was doing it for 4 or 5 months.
Yep.
And then I realized I'm like, there's potential here, right?
And
He's
then
got-
you were working though for somebody else.
and I was working for someone else, and I was talking to Heath, and we were doing side jobs along the way.
Yeah.
And,
Everybody I think does that when you have a trade, I think.
Yeah, and you got to build a reputation, right? You got to get your name out there.
Yeah.
You got to show people what you can do. So Heath and I were doing side jobs, and then it just kind of took off where I'm like, you know
That's
what?
awesome.
What I do, gas fitting and plumbing, it goes hand in hand.
Well, that's
So-
what I was gonna say. And your twin brothers, like I look at that, like you guys got dealt a hand where if literally like your job goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
you both like it's like and you need to go to school for them.
100%.
You can't just touch it. Like it's plumbing and gas fitting is nothing to mess around with.
No, it's
Like and you want to trust somebody to go into your house, especially with gas.
100%.
You know what I mean? And to be licensed 100%, that's big. No, I'm happy. And hand in hand. And you're twins, and it's like you never need to sub out anything as far as that goes.
And that's the thing, right? And it's like we talked about it before. Where like if I get a job, I need help, he helps me. So it's
Yeah.
no matter what, you have good help and a reliable source to help you get through the job.
That's awesome, dude.
And it's like you don't need to worry about hiring people.
Well,
and-
exactly. And you don't have to I remember when Heath was on his own and you were still working, like
Yeah.
just in an hourly job. I don't mean just because people just if an hourly job makes you happy, it makes you happy. It's
That's
okay.
it.
Some people don't want the headaches of an entrepreneur. Trust me, they're big.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I remember when Heath started. What was my point? Where was I going with this? And you were still working, and I lost myself there. To be honest with you, what was I saying? I really don't know. I'm trying to think now.
When he started, then I was still I just saw the work he had, and I'm like, you know what? I just came to realize like working for someone there's nothing wrong, but you have one life, right? And it's like, why not reach your full potential and see what you can do? At least take a risk.
So what made you take the leap? Your brother?
Not only that, it's just like
That's a hard decision to quit a job.
it is
Because a job is a paycheck.
and it was tough, right? Because you don't know
If you're gonna work.
Exactly. You don't have a steady income. You
And
don't
times are
have-
hard. Like right now, we're not in the best financial, like as far as like the economy is not the greatest.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
you
it's-
guys are always working.
That's it. And we're busy. We're grateful for that. And that's another thing. It's like you don't know if you're gonna have work. You're betting on yourself, right? Like
Yeah.
you're taking that risk, and it has to pay off.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, and it's just, I guess that's part of life, right? Like if that's what you want to do, just put your head down and
Yeah,
keep
you
going.
have to.
And like
Tell
you
me a little bit about like. So you grew up. You went off the island. That's where you were born.
well, no, I wasn't born on the
Okay,
island.
but that's where you lived.
That's where I lived.
Okay,
yeah.
so it's how old?
I was.
I mean, we're still local here. That's still local to me. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I think we were grade 2 or 3 when my parents moved us off the island.
So growing up as twins, how was that? What'd you guys do?
I couldn't picture it any different.
I can't imagine having a twin brother and not causing a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
But you know what I mean?
you can ask my parents about that.
I'm sure a few ex-girlfriends as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We
Honest to
definitely-
God, like if I had a twin brother, man, I always was jealous of that. I remember when I first met you guys, and I met Heath before you,
Yeah.
and then I met you after. But I knew that he had a twin brother, and I work at the gym in the wintertime. Let's just be honest, because I have a very physically demanding job. Anyway, I would see you, but you guys are now I can pick you apart for fun.
Yeah.
Well, to me, it's like I know you're twins, but back then when I first met you, you guys look so alike, and it's like, man, I don't know if I should say hi because we had never really said hi.
No, that's
but I think you knew who I was, and I think I knew like it was kind of that like you walk by, you kind of know, but you don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's awkward.
And it didn't take you long, though. You were like the first of like, it didn't take you long to be able to tell us apart. There's still people to this day who have known us for 10, 12
Really,
years.
eh?
And you, Heath, or Kyle. And I'm like, man,
I know.
How long has it been?
How long has it been? Come on, pick them apart already.
Like,
No, now it's no problem.
some people say we look alike. Some people are like, oh, you guys, there's a bunch of like a lot of differences. And then
There is, but honest to God, like literally when I first like met you, like you guys are identical twins.
Yeah.
And your bodies are the same. You both work out,
Yeah.
so you both have a muscular physique. It's not like you're overly massively big. You're big, but I'm no disrespect there, okay? But you guys are built, and that's what I'm saying. You look the same. There's not one guy that's overweight and one guy that's underweight, like weighs at 120 coming in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whatever. Like you guys, what are you about 210?
200, 210.
Okay,
that's-
but you're identical to body too.
That's it. But that's the also thing with being a twin, right? It's like I see him go to the gym.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he's there. So now I'm like, no, I'm not letting him beat me. Now I'm going to the
yeah,
gym.
I never thought about
But
that.
that's the thing, right? You're constantly like, and you keep each other in check. And
Yeah.
I see him doing something. I'm like, now I got to do it better. So it's like we're constantly.
It's a close relationship.
I couldn't picture life any other way. He's my best friend, and I
you
couldn't
guys
picture
get along,
life
yeah.
without him.
I know.
Like-
I just I see that though, and it's like going back to the whole physical part of it. That's how it makes it even harder to pick you apart because you both work out. Now,
Yeah.
now imagine one didn't, and one's thin.
That's yeah.
Like I mean, like I'm not like I'm saying like no muscles, like muscles but not built.
yeah,
And then people would pick you apart for fun
100%.
because
Yeah.
one's just works out and one doesn't.
I could still kick his ass, but
Well, I think he says it the other way around, but
yeah,
I
he
don't.
tells everybody that.
You know
but
what?
it's not true.
We know that though. That's just everybody got to defend for themselves, right?
That's
but
it.
going back to that, like growing up, honestly, and then how was high school?
High school was good. I mean, I knew what
Were you popular?
I mean, you know what? Being a twin again, right? Everyone kind of
that's
knew
why
us as the twins.
Exactly. That's what I think right away. You should be probably a popular guy.
Yeah, like we were known for that for sure. And I don't think we were the most well-behaved kids, but we kind of fed off each other. We were in the same class.
I heard you guys were tough.
Yeah.
That's what everybody tells me when I move in this town. Don't mess with the Rowleys. I don't know, man. I'm like, I'll take them both.
My dad says we're not tough, but we used to fight a little bit. But no,
that's just high school, though.
That's it. We grew out of it, and you got to get your ass kicked a couple times to realize
100%.
you're not tough.
Dude, that only takes one time.
That's it. And you could think you're...
that happened to me once, dude. And literally, it was high school. Buddy knocked me out.
Yeah.
Literally one shot. I'm like, I am definitely not the toughest guy around here.
You can think you're tough until you get punched in the face, and then no matter what, there's always something. My dad always said that. And there's
always somebody tougher.
We got our asses kicked, and I'm like, yeah, that's not me.
No,
I'd rather
dude.
get up, work, and just keep doing.
Well, I know, but at the time in high school, that's what you have. Like that's how it's all about popularity. It's like okay,
you try to prove yourself. Yeah.
And literally, and how true is this though? Okay, so I wasn't the most popular kid, but I wasn't like the most whatever. But I noticed a lot of, and this is not for everybody. For the most part, the most popular kids, like I see them now, like let's just be honest, it's just they're not as successful as I thought they would be.
No.
And the people that were quiet and weren't known
they're the
are
ones
the
doing.
entrepreneurs and are the whatever you call it.
100%.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
100%.
And and you try to explain that to a kid in high school now, and it's the exact opposite. It's like, it's like social media fame, man. It's like,
that's it.
I don't know, man. And then you hit the real world. So high school for you was good.
It was good, yeah. I knew like I was getting into trades, right? So I mean, I didn't try my best.
So okay.
But in that kind of,
I never did either.
I didn't. And again, I look back and I'm like, everything I do with my life, I try to go 100%. I look back and I'm like, I didn't give it 100%, and that's kind of what made my parents upset because I knew I could do more.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it, right?
Yep.
And that's what I tell. We got a younger brother named Liam.
Yep.
We tell Liam like, dude, no matter what you do, just 100%.
Because you've already lived that.
And that's it. And I'm like,
Good
I didn't try. And you don't go through life like that. Whatever you do, go 100%. My dad always said that.
Learn from your mistakes. Don't make your own. Like learn from ours.
That's it, exactly. And it's just I didn't give it my all.
That's okay though. I mean, it is what it is. But, I mean, so from high school, like, what made you pick the trade? Like, honestly, like, you're a gas fitter. Like, what made it? Well, did you see that somebody could make money doing gas fitting?
And my dad at the time, he's a teacher now, but he had his own construction company and he was framing houses.
Yeah.
And I've always looked up to the guy, and I always will. And he was framing a house, so he would have my brother and I, Heath. We'd switch. I'd go Monday, Heath would go Tuesday.
Oh, really?
And we'd go frame houses with him, and I'd see how he would do it. I'm like, I want to work like
That's
this guy.
Cool. Right
so yeah, he's my role model. So I kind of fed off that. And I'm like, that's what I want to do.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah,
honestly, like I look at you guys and first year entrepreneurs, and like from when I first met you, and actually getting into business, and by that time I knew you a little bit. From where you were then to where you are now, like an amazing difference. Like I can't even believe it. Like
I appreciate.
No,
that.
I mean it, night and day. And like for the people out there, it's not easy being an entrepreneur. You lose sleep.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody thinks it's like, oh, they see the money that you make, but they don't see the bills you got to pay.
That and the stress that people.
The stress for me is honestly, at the end of the day, the hardest thing to deal with. And for you, you're new to coming into this like entrepreneur world, and imagine if you weren't busy, how stressed you would be compared to now.
Yeah, that's for sure. But that's another thing, right? Having my brother, right? Like someone like you, like it's just you, right? You don't have that. So you did that on your own. So Keith and I have each other.
But I trust me. I confide in a lot of people too, especially at first, man. I had to.
Yeah.
I had to drop pride. Like I don't know how people dealt with that. Like how do you deal with? I'm a people pleaser. I want everybody to be happy with the work that I do. And we talked about this earlier. Not everybody. You can't please everybody.
No, you can't. And it's like if you're constantly trying to please everybody, then
but that bothers guys like me and you.
That's it.
We lose sleep.
Where do you exactly? But it's like if you're constantly trying to please other people, where do you leave yourself at? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're constantly trying, and it's like you got to leave time for yourself too. Like
yeah.
But again, it's part of you're in the business, and you want to. It helps having my brother too, right? Like there's days he'll call me. He calls
Your brother's
me.
a good guy.
Oh yeah, I love him. He calls me and I'm like, no, this is what we're doing. We're not stopping. Let's keep going. We got each other.
Yeah,
I'll never quit on you. You never quit on me.
Special relationship, especially being a twin. Now, going from there, so like now you're an entrepreneur. Like I don't know. Like, no one's got a perfect life. And I think everybody knows my story. And for the most part, like, I love a zero to hero kind of story. But it never has to be that way. Not never. It doesn't always have to be a zero to hero story. It could be just a hero story sometimes. But everybody has this part of life that it's not going well. Say you have a breakup and whatever, and you struggle with that, and nobody wants to talk about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, especially with me and my life and what happened, it was hard too. And I built my company now. It's been about almost 10 years, I think, coming up on 10 years, and I lost everything. Yeah. And but you don't have to get to that point. So what my point is about this whole thing, what I'm talking about right now is, like, it's not all roses. It's not all just smell the roses. It smells great. Life's hard.
Yeah, and
deal with it, right?
I've talked to people, and they say, you talk to a successful person, they say every successful person has gone through hell to get to where they're at, right?
100%.
Like, rock bottom will teach you lessons mountaintops
Oh
never
my
will.
goodness! You know what? I actually have a podcast. My podcast, a show that says rock bottom and where it brought me. Because sometimes, I didn't mean to cut you off, but rock bottom will teach you certain lessons for
100%. And it's like you got to go. You got to hit
there's
that
one more
point in your
step after
life.
that, and that's underneath the ground.
That's it. And it's like you get that low. There's only up from there, right?
So what happened? Did you have any turmoil like that?
I went through, like there was some points in my life where I'm like, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
so what brought you down that channel? What brought you down that road where it was trouble?
I guess
bad friends.
Well, I make the decision to do it, and I guess I was growing up, and I was into the partying phase. I didn't know what I wanted in life. I didn't have a purpose.
But doesn't that feel good at the time when you feel like you're talking your late high school days in that area, even the early 20s, whatever that is?
Exactly. Yeah.
And then, but it makes ego,
100%.
And the ego floats you, and people, and they're like, "Hey, you're awesome, dude. You're this, and you're
that's
that."
it.
And then you're like, "Boom, yeah, I am actually."
That's it. And like you're partying, you're doing all this. You're cool. You're showing like. But it's really like, no, man, that's not
the lifestyle.
No.
You should see me the next morning.
That's it.
Yeah.
You never wake up and say, well, I'm happy I did that.
Oh, man, I did the walk of shame so many times.
Oh,
Jeez,
yeah.
Come on. You're walking. I lost my shoes. I don't know where they were. I was carrying my guitar. 8 a.m. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at people knowing they're looking at me. Like, what's this guy doing? No shoes.
Exactly.
Guitar. Like, I haven't gone to bed yet. I was still partying because I was that rock star.
That's it. Or you're still up and you look outside, there's people walking down the road, and you're like, this is not, that's how I should be starting my day.
You know what? And then the regret.
That's it. And
but other people think that, you know what, in that time when you're in it, it's like they think you're so cool and they want that. And it's like, you don't want any of that.
No, it's not the life you want. You gotta
so
work.
What brought you out of it then?
Again, just being a man.
No inspiration?
Time to, you gotta look at people and be like, that's where I want to get. Right?
Did your dad kick you out?
Well, we had a talk, and he never kicked me out, but he's like, you're better than this, right? He's like, I know you got potential.
You know what? Because at the end of the day, if he doesn't step up, what kind of dad is he, right?
That's it.
Like,
and he's the guy that, no matter what, he puts me, Heath, and my younger brother first, right? Like, he wants the best for us, and he says that.
Sometimes tough love is the best.
That's it. And he was like, I'm not going to watch you guys do this. So you got to have to grow up. And the main thing
that's hard to take, eh?
That is. And the main thing with him, it's like you got to wake up every day with a purpose, right? You got to get up every day. You got to go to work. You got to, doesn't matter what you do, but if you're giving it your all every day, then you're moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Like that's life. Like
it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's never going to be perfect.
That's it. And just, you got to learn along the way, but you got to every day with a purpose, get up, go to work and try to better yourself, right?
Your dad's a good guy.
Oh,
I've met him, and
without him, I'd probably be in jail. Not gonna lie.
You know what? Honesty is it's the best. And you know what? I want my show to be about that, and I'm glad that we got you on because it's like I love that everybody has their great moments, and in public, that's all we talk about. You know what I mean? And you know what? A typical question for me is,